So this is the ES we saw yesterday, Monday. We got the gap down as expected, and the price actually landed where we wanted it to land on this trend line and on this, and it got supported here. Now the smaller time frames were oversold, um, so it needed a repair. It landed on support and it needed some repair, so it is doing that as of now. Yesterday we saw XPX some bad tick around 42.95, and it did hit that with ES also going above 4300 as we speak. So SPY 431 test from underside, or the 10-day test around 43.25 or so, 25 43.25. Let's see if that can happen, and this can move up. XPX has a gap. XPX has a gap and is currently in the gap. So the gap is around 4322.5, 43. Yeah, so it's up. It's right here at the resistance line. So most likely this may fill the gap up here, and then we see whether price is interested to stay above this or wants to come down. Now, there two things can happen. One is to assume, let's assume this this is the low and the low is in. Then after the gap fill somewhere around here, we want the price to come down and retest the low to some percentage of this low and then go back up. So something like this. Let's say from here comes down here, then goes up. Or if it was just a reset and the weakness has actually entered in the market, which will show in maybe tech earnings, then we can assume, uh, you know, it goes up here, probably, you know, makes people think, oh, all is well, and goes up here. That's what generally does, some sneaky things, and then comes down. So these two things can happen, and we need to see what happens around here. What I think is here. So approximately around 43.57, 43.75. If price is not trading above this on a weekly basis, then we can assume that at least the short-term top is in, and we can expect some volatility or some weakness to start entering. But on a weekly basis, if we have a close above this area, then I expected to get that price cycle 44.89 done, with the 100% extension to approximately 4600 or 45.97 was the number. So let's see how things go here. First, retest of this area, how far it can do it, and can it hold, and then can it go above. So this is it for the XPX. SPY SPY is same. It's approximately going to 430 now. So we'll assume it will actually do the uh, test of 431. So approximately cut the, test the 10-day under from here, and then we see after it fills the gap what it does. If it wants to, stay above, and this was just a pressure release, and it came down and tested and held the trend line. Uh, So we can go from here and see how price does. With the tech's earning coming up, again, as I mentioned, this area can oscillate and wiggle with Amazon up, Google down, Apple up, Microsoft down. I mean, just a thought. However they want to resolve it. Netflix is reporting today. So, and QQ did do a very shallow pullback, nothing much. It did came down to here, 350, 352 support, and bouncing back. So back to 359 area, unless if it cannot trade above 359, then, we know that there is some weakness in the tech, but this 363 was the high. 365 was the high. So 365 to 367 is still a resistance area for me. So let's see if it goes above this, then I expect it to do 70, 75. 75 is an even number and a quarter. So that's a more natural attraction. So let's see how the text earning resolves. So we'll put this here. So, and this was the high. Yeah. So as of now, QQQ is within this parallel lines, and either it needs to be here or it needs to be here. We'll find out in a week.